Guys, welcome to the program. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Even Shill Media is not even making an attempt to save woke movies anymore, or woke video games, or woke content. Even the Shill Media is like, no, we can't save it. It is beyond incorrigible. We're not even going to try, because they realize if they keep trying to cover all the woke mess and it's not too bad, it's kind of okay, and it's just all the phobes and ists online that are attacking it, they lose credibility as well. You cannot cover a pile of crap with dirt and say it doesn't stink. Well, now Snow White, of course, has come out. It is a woke mess, at least according to Sky News Australia. But it's just not the Snow White thing. You know, these things have 2, 3, 4, some of these video games have 6 years lead-up time until they're actually released, from inception of idea until they actually are released to the public. As you guys know, I talk about this all the time, that feminization and weakening of men to accept single mothers, girl bosses, undesirable feminist women, it's nothing new. Both society and now government want men to have low testosterone, to be weak and controllable, and to be docile. This is why anybody who speaks out against all the isms and phobes and sexism and misogyny, that's why we're shut down, and that's why we have to stay strong, focused, and masculine. Black Forest Turkesterone helps fight back by using Tongkat to help gain that focus and drive that many men are missing today. Instead of telling you about it, though, I'll let Dr. Andrew Huberman explain it like he did to Joe Rogan on his podcast.
There are incredible plant compounds out there. Like there's this thing that's now kind of going wild on the internet. It's called Turkesterone.
Turkesterone?
Yeah, they call it Turk. And this is basically, and I actually I did one episode of my podcast all about hormones, and I went deep into this literature, and Turkesterone, side by side with Deca or another testosterone derivative, it essentially acts the same way. It increases testosterone and performance and recovery. You know?
How much does it increase it by?
Equivalent.
Really?
So, you know,
this plant compound is equivalent to Deca?
Essentially.
Wow. Yeah. Where do you get this stuff?
People buy it on the internet. How
do you spell it?
Apparently you pronounce it Turkesterone. I pronounce it Turkesterone. I'm an idiot, but what else is new? But anyway, they have Turkesterone with Tongkat. It increases testosterone, increases strength, increases lean muscle mass recovery, lowers stress, and helps with fat loss. Black Forest Supplements is a brand dedicated to bringing traditional masculinity and femininity back, fighting hard to bring back what's been lost. So if you want to take control of your health and your life, check out Black Forest Supplements. Don't let anyone tell you that being strong and confident is a bad thing. Discount codes and affiliate links are down below. With Trump winning the election, and with conservatives and people that are really not normally paying attention to this stuff, now they've woken up and they've started screaming about it online. Now companies find themselves in a bad position, because everything they've got in the pipeline for the last couple of years, and probably for the next year to come, are absolute woke nightmares, and it's costing them more money. You think they would have learned this over the last 4 or 6 years, but they didn't, and now they are paying the price. And Snow White is, of course, the latest of this. I have this and a couple other things I want to talk about. Let me scroll back up here to the top of this particular story. Woke mess. Snow White brutally roasted amid the box office bomb. The Disney live-action remake of Snow White has been brutally roasted online amid its weak opening weekend box office, earning just $43 million US on its opening weekend, and the film's budget cost Disney $209 million. Now, this is where they get you. But did it cost $209? Maybe, but Disney's been really good about hiding. Actually, many production companies have kind of been hiding their numbers on how much things cost, because they don't want the shareholders to know how bad they're messing things up. But usually ad revenue is about 50% of the cost of the movie. So if the movie costs $2 million, the ad run and the ads for the movie usually cost about $100 million. That makes it $300 million. What they don't also tell you is anywhere between 40 and 60% of the box office is kept by the movie theaters, which means if it costs $209 million to make, it's probably closer to $300 million that it cost Disney. And if it earned $43 million, half of that goes to the movie theaters, which is about $20 million. In actuality, this has probably earned Disney $20 million, while it's cost them $300 million. This may go down as one of the worst bombs in movie history. Even the critic reviews have been mixed to negative, with many citing the live-action film fails to live up to the animated classic. The film had received vast criticism regarding its lead, Rachel Zegler, who had touted the film would have a more woke approach. Prince Charming's not saving anybody. The women are getting it done themselves. Also, you need to stand with me about Palestine or else don't watch my content. Also, you need to stand with me about voting for Kamala Harris and baby deletion or don't watch my content. And a very large portion of the population decided they went with the option of not watching her content. They say following the U.S. President Donald Trump's election in 2024, the actress went on a tirade against those who voted for him. She's since backflipped on many of the comments surrounding the film. Well, of course, because probably Disney got a hold of her and told her to shut up. Now, it's not the only one, though. Here is another example. Sad weekend for lofty-priced original sci-fi fare with Mickey 17 opening to only $19 million. And this was supposed to be a sci-fi. Now, what set this off? Number one, it's coming from woke Hollywood. And people just assume it's going to be bad now. That is the default assumption for Hollywood. Number two, the president, played by, I think, Pedro Pascal. I think that's who plays the president in this one. Anyway, it was very anti-Trump. It was a Christian evangelist who had lost 2 elections and, of course, very reminiscent of Orange Man Bad because they thought at the time that obviously Trump was going to be losing the election. And this got out, and a lot of people said, I'm not even going to look into it. So this went woke and got broke. Dragon Age the Veilguard, which I've talked about previously. I'm not going to drill down into it. But the media tried to prop it up in the beginning. This is from 4 months ago. And if you're not familiar, the Dragon's Age the Veilguard video game, it came out and it forced you to sit through cut scenes that were several minutes long about pronouns and all the things. And they tried to save it at the time, and ultimately they end up, after admitting that it was underperforming, as mounting evidence points to poor sales, BioWare partners with NVIDIA to give Dragon Age the Veilguard away for free. And this was several years in production, and it failed. And now the media's gotten wind of it. And now they say, we can't even save this stuff anymore. And so now here you have from PC Gamer, Assassin's Creed Shadows has convinced me that Ubisoft will never make a good RPG. And they go in tearing apart Dragon's Age. Now, if you don't know, or not Dragon's Age, Assassin's Creed. And if you don't know why this one, well, this is the one that's the Black Samurai in feudal Japan, and it was modeled after St. Floyd. And what about the reviews? Well, let's take a look at them, shall we? Microtransactions in a single-player game with $70 price tag? No. 13 hours into the game, I deeply regret buying it. Well, I was having fun with the game, then Ubisoft Connect decided to lock my account behind a password reset, but I won't receive emails to reset it, and customer service is non-existent. How people like the new Assassin's Creed, I don't think I will ever understand. See, these are the dumb people that don't listen to pre-reviews, and they pre-order the game, and then they buy it, and they're like, I probably shouldn't have done this, because these people are mouth-breathing morons, and they never learn before they pay with their own money. If you want to play a new Assassin's Creed game, then buy it. If you want a game worth your money, don't. Well, these video game companies are loving you mouth-breathing dummies that keep paying the money. And how is this ranked? Well, if you look right now, it cost $69. $69 to purchase. It is one of the most new releases here as of March 19th. And how much is it being played? Well, if we look at the most played accounts by the top 100 ranked games in the last 15 minutes, this is currently up to date. You've got Counter-Strike that's been out for forever. That tops the list. Marvel Rivals, PUBG Battlegrounds, Rust, surprisingly. What else? Baldur's Gate 3 with 60,000 current players. You notice Helldivers, 49,000 players. We're still scrolling down here. Elden Ring, 40,500. Kingdom Come Deliverance, 38. And way down here in 30th position is Assassin's Creed Shadows. So it's not selling well, and already just after 2 weeks of release, it is barely ahead of Dead by Daylight and Cyberpunk 2077. this goes to show you that these companies are behind the curve. And because it takes so long, because I've had this conversation with you guys when I've done other videos, we keep saying to ourselves, who's putting up the money for this? Well, BlackRock has 10 or 15% of a lot of these companies, as does Vanguard and some of these others. And they said it's going to be painful, but we're going to push this woke agenda. Well, it turns out it wasn't so painful for us. I mean, it was, because we haven't gotten any good movies, and a lot of the AAA and quadruple A video games have been absolute dirt. And so we didn't watch them, and we didn't play them, and we didn't. So it's been hard to find good content recently. What they forget to remember, though, is there's, I don't know, 70,000 other movies and TV shows and other content we can go interact with. There's old video games, again, going back to the Steam search here. You know, you look at some of these games that are top of the list. I mean, what's this one right here? Where is it here? Sims 4, which is free to play, is still getting more plays. Team Fortress 2, free to play. Crab Game, free to play. War Thunder, a lot of these are free to play. Apex Legends. Now, they're not my kind of game, but the point is people are just saying, you know something, I got other stuff I can play. I mean, you've got Counter-Strike here that has been out forever, and at the peak today was 1.6 million people, and this came out in 2012. This game is 13 years old now, and it's getting way more plays than anything else because people are just saying, look, I just want a good game. I don't want something that's woke. I don't want something that costs me a lot of money. I'm not enjoying the content you put out anymore. I'm just going to skip it. And until movie companies and video companies remember that there's tons of great content from, well, I mean, movies go back, good movies go back even to the 50s. Until they remember this, people are just ignoring their crap. And BlackRock and Vanguard forgot about this. They put this stuff out. They said, we're going to force people to accept the change. And people said, no, we're good. We'll just interact with the older stuff. And the only people that have gotten punished so far is Hollywood, their credibility, actors and actresses that nobody cares about anymore, the Oscars and other award shows, these actors and actresses with their political takes that nobody cares about. The BlackRock and Vanguard, they're losing money, and they're now steering away from woke. And in the meantime, we're like, yeah, it was kind of a sucky, I don't know, 8 years that we've had to put up with this. But it's going away. Eventually, it'll just go away because, well, they're running out of money. And eventually, they're going to learn their lesson. So, Snow Woke has joined the list of notable things that go straight from release to graveyard, and I'm here for it. So, guys, if you like my content, don't forget to join me at betterbachelor.locals.com. Links are down below, as always. Or if you're on Rumble, just hit the join button. It'll take you right over there. We watch movies on Saturday nights. We do video game streams. We do 80s TV show streams. Lots of good stuff to be had. Great community of like-minded guys over there. So go check it out, and we will see you in the next one.